And welcome to Weazel News. I'm your host, Scott Gardner. Today we're going to be covering the live event at the jet ski race that's happening up in Sandy Shores today. We have multiple reporters on scene, in the air. We have Chopper Sky9 is also in the air today. And we are excited to bring you the first live event of Weazel News history. Let's first go ahead and go on out to our live in-the-scene reporter, Ms. Gracie Armani, who's on scene today. Gracie, who do you have?
Yep, because
Come on.
Sitting here today, I have Jack here. He's an athletic racer for the jet skis. He seems super excited. Jack, how do you feel? Jack, how do you feel about racing today?
Jack died. Oh no, that's awkward.
Hello?
Jack, how do you feel about racing today in the jet skis?
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Jack seems a little bit too excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. Sorry about that. My voice decided to crack this house up there. Like I said, the sun's shining. Okay, it was shining a minute ago. Now the weather's turning gray. Like I said, I'm excited for this race. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm going to come home with our first place victory, get that 1.5 million and a Yukon, and have a good race. We're all here for the enjoyment. And whatever happens, happens. I may not come out of these waters alive, but who knows?
Do you think this cloudy weather will shorten your race or make the race not even happen?
I mean, who knows? Anything's possible. Like I said, this could shorten my race. It could, it could end my race pretty early. You know what I'm saying? I could go off in the wrong direction, but we'll have to see. That's the enjoyment of these races.
Well, you seem super excited today, Jack. Just one more question here. Do you think you're gonna win?
Damn right I'm gonna win. If you don't have that mentality, you're gonna win. You're not gonna win. But I have that mentality that I'm gonna win. And, if I have that mentality, I'm gonna win. Like I said, I'm coming home with that 1.5 mil and that Yukon.
Well, I wish you all luck today, Jack. Back to you, Scott.
I appreciate it, Gracie. Thank you very much. It's great to see all the participants are ready and excited to be out today. We do want to showcase something that we've been working on very hard here up at Weazel News. Let's go live on over to Mr. William Armani. He's in Sky 9 Chopper 9 with our pilot Arjun. William, what are you seeing up there?
Well, so far we're seeing a bit of fog. Hopefully it'll clear up before the events start tonight. But as you can see here, we're kind of just we have a view of a lot of the contestants. We have some city officials down there. Hopefully they're gonna kind of make sure everything happens all nice and smooth. We have our own Weazel News van down there from the reporting down at the shore. We're hoping for a good night tonight. Hopefully everybody we can have this race and everything's nice and safe and have a bit of fun while we're doing it.
That's perfect. And I believe we also have pilot Arjun on with us today. Pilot Arjun, if you can hear us, just any last words, any flying conditions and what you're seeing up there.
Yeah, our flying conditions are not so great. We're getting a little bit of visibility, but hopefully that'll clear up shortly. Hope for a good play and a good race.
That is perfect. So over here at Weazel News, we've been covering footage day in and day out with, extremely hard. Oh my. I was AFK for too long. That's unfortunate. William Armani, we're going to go back to you, sir.
Alright, as you can see here, it looks like we're starting to get the first of the jet skis unloaded into the water as the participants get ready for this race. Weather forecasts are kind of unclear. We might kind of have a foggy race day today. Still have high hopes that sun will come out. But the water seems pretty calm. We got some low waves, but nothing too crazy. So looks like we have more participants coming in. A few people just driving in a little late.
Hello, everyone. We now have Katarina and Zoe Monroe. Are you guys excited for the race today?
Yeah.
Could you guys tell us what characters you guys are sporting today? What movie you're from?
We're from Baywatch. Baywatch, baby.
Woo! Are you guys gonna be participating?
Huh?
Are you guys gonna be participating?
No,
Sorry.
I will embarrass myself. So I will stay on the beach.
I embarrass myself every day. But no, we're not participating.
No.
We did come on theme though because we decided that everyone else is boring. There are people up on the beach wearing flannels, and it's very boring
Fucking
of them.
flannels.
Flannels.
This is why men. I mean, I didn't say that.
You know, last time I went to this beach, I got ice. I mean, like glass in my foot.
Well, this beach has surely been cleaned for today's race.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else to add at all?
I don't know. That
Are there gonna be sharks? Is someone gonna die?
This is a lake. There's no sharks in the lake.
I could have put one in there. You don't know that.
There could be
I am
humanity
sure
and
there's
parasite
no
in there. I
sharks
wonder
in the
who
lake.
put that in there.
Okay, that is it for Gracie
We
and
love
Armani.
you,
Back to you,
Gracie.
Scott.
We love Gracie. Love
Appreciate
you.
that.
Guys!
Alright, let's go live into the field today.
Did we do good?
There goes my job.
And,
Zoe, that was terrible.
well, you know, we'll stay on these guys a little bit longer. You never know exactly what might happen. I believe we also have one of our other analysts in the field today. I believe we do have an Ace Crimson on the line at some point here. Let's go ahead and switch on over to Ace. Ace, what do you got for us?
Sorry about that. So I have a little bit of technical difficulties. Right now we're out on Route 1, out on the western coast. We'll be waiting for the participants to be coming through on their way back. This will be right when they're heading east, making their runway back into Sandy Shores, passing Sandy Shores. This will be right by Fort Zancudo. It's a nice day out. The weather is looking very nice. Hopefully we'll see some jets from the military base come flying by here shortly. We got some fishermen out here. I don't know if they're with the race or not. They're here to spectate, but we will continue to monitor the situation, the weather, and hopefully we get some more participants to show up, win some money. We got 1.25 million, I believe, at the top. And it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Hopefully we can keep going. Hopefully everyone has a good time.
That is fantastic. Alright, let's switch on over. Please, we also have a Mr. Greg Davidson on the line with us today. Mr. Davidson, what do you got for us?
Hello. Can you hear me? In the booth?
Yeah, yes, sir, Mr. Davidson. You're live on the air with Weazel News.
Okay, yeah. So I'm sitting here off of Calafia Road. Beautiful route. You know, they're gonna be coming right past us over here. Nice, beautiful day. You know, as we said, we are monitoring the weather. We've got a couple people driving past, a couple fans of Weazel News, but you know, all is well here. I'll be moving routes here shortly as well, so I look forward to you know, passing off that angle as well.
Fantastic. Let's go ahead and switch on over to our chopper with Mr. William Armani.
Looks like that weather's starting to clear up. You can see we have all these. Looks like they're getting all the jet skis unloaded. We got quite a big turnout so far. We have quite a few people waiting on the shore, and I'm sure that we have more spectators along the as the course goes on. Waves are kind of dying down. That fog's cleared up. Looks like we're gonna have a nice race day.
Alright, and it looks like we have Gracie Armani on the line with us again. Gracie, what do you got?
Well, today I got two troopers that seem to be patrolling the water today. Mr. Hall, Mr. Hinkle, what do you think that you're going to be seeing on the water?
Well, you know, there seems to be quite a bit of diversity of gangs here today. You know, obviously our highest priority is going to be the safety of all the boaters. As for Trooper Hall and myself, we're going to be taking our ASP boat, and we're going to be patrolling with these guys just to make sure there's not going to be any type of, you know, acts of gang violence while on the water.
As well as tending to any boaters that might become injured during their drive today.
Great. I'm glad to see you guys patrolling the waters, making sure everyone's safe. Do you think these waters will be safe for everyone, that they're not too wavy or anything?
Oh man, I think it'll be all right. I think once you get into those canals, the waves kind of go down some, and of course the waters will be safe. I mean, you have Trooper Hall and Trooper Hinkle here.
All right. Well, do you guys have anything you should add? At all?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Well, I appreciate you guys making sure these jet ski athletes are going to be safe. And that's all. Back to you, Scott.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Gracie. And we're back in the studio. We appreciate everybody that stayed tuned with us while we were experiencing some of those difficulties. We'd just like to remind some of the folks as well that are listening in today that the cash prize today, what these jet skiers are racing for, is $1.5 million, as well as an exclusive rare GMC Yukon. These Yukons are extremely rare. I believe there's only about 15 or so in the entire city, and they are absolutely wonderful to get the kids to and from soccer practice. I have one of those picked up myself, so you guys are definitely racing for some good prizes. We also have some great second place prizes as well. $1.25 million going to our second place individual, as well as third place bringing in $1 million as well. I do want to remind everybody about the race. You can see all the info on our website in #server events over on the discord.gg/Centrix website. You can also go ahead and take a look at the entire route map as well that is going on. The individuals are going to be going through the mountains, through the rapids, even jumping waterfalls at some points. It's not a very safe route, so these jet skiers are definitely putting their lives on the line for us, and we're very excited to be seeing who the winners are and what's going to be going on with the rest of the race. Look like we have Mr. Ace Crimson is also ready to go with another live spot. Let's go ahead and check back on in with Mr. Crimson. Ace, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Scott. We're out here in the same spot outside the military base. We had a couple jets come by. We had some military personnel come down, check out. They're gonna be over there watching from the other side of the highway. I mean, still standing guard. Everything that we expect out of them. They're gonna be enjoying the race. And there's a couple fishermen out here. I talked to them while we were away, and they will be sitting around enjoying the race, waiting for these participants to come by. Once you come back.
That is
What's that, Scott?
Fantastic. And Mr. Crimson, are you seeing any treacherous water conditions as well? Water look pretty smooth around you.
The water conditions, they were choppy once there was some rain earlier in the day, but today, right now, at this time, it's nice and clear. Very, very smooth out in the water. Should be a good day for a race.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Ace. Well, it sounds like we have on the line today a very special guest of somebody that is very near and dear to everybody's hearts on the server. At one point here, we'll pull him on up. I do believe we have Mr. Trooper Thomas Agan is on the line with one of our in-scene reporters, Mr. Greg Davidson. Greg, who do you have next to you?
Yes. Yeah, I have Trooper Agan here. Him and I were just conversing a little bit. Trooper Agan, how are we doing today? Excellent. I'm just, you and I were talking a little bit. This is a great community service event we're having.
Mr. Davidson, I think we might have to go back to you. It looks like we're having just a couple difficulties with audio. Maybe I think you might have pulled your mic aux out of your shadingle babingle. I don't know if maybe you can just share that application screen. So like we said, folks, $1.5 million is what's going to be on the line today. And it looks like we have Greg back on the line. Greg, how are things looking down there? Yeah, and if you want to plug in your mic, there we go.
Scott, can
Yep,
you hear me?
we got you loud and clear, Greg.
Perfect. Perfect. But yes, Mr. Agan, Trooper, we were just talking a little bit while we're having some technical difficulties. This is a fantastic event we're having right now. Don't you think? It's pretty sweet.
And looks like we're still having some difficulties hearing Greg here, so we will get back to him with Mr. Egan momentarily. I'm gonna switch back on over to our live on the scene live reporter, Ms. Gracie Armani. Gracie, how are things looking down there? Are we about ready to start this thing?
Well, people are on their jet skis, and I think people are ready to go. It seems that there has been a bit of a technical difficulty. It seems that people just have not been getting on the jet skis. Well, it looks like people are now on them, so here in a moment, I think they will be taken off, and we'll get live footage of it just for you guys.
That is fantastic, and it looks like we just might have... Oh, nope, looks like we lost Mr. Egan. We will have to get some live coverage of Trooper Egan. Nope, excuse me. Let me...
It looks like people are lining up and ready to go, though.
That's perfect. Let's switch back on over to Trooper Egan one last time.
I'm live.
And what do you got for us, Greg?
I get it.
And Greg, plug in your mic.
Oh.
And okay, yeah, Greg Davison just not looking like he's gonna be pulling through with that one. Looks like we just lost our feed. Let's cut to Mr. William Armani, live in Sky 9, Chopper 9. William, how are we looking up there?
Thank you, Scott. We're looking pretty good. Looks like we have all the racers lined up. We got just a couple boats not lined up, so maybe we might be waiting just a little bit for those participants. But it looks like we're about ready to go. Water conditions look great. We're real excited for this race day. It's gonna be great. We have a lot on the stakes here for these racers with that big prize that you mentioned before.
And William, what are you seeing about police presence? Do we have a lot of Blue members with us today? Or are they making sure that this event is staying safe and sound?
Oh, definitely, Scott. As you can see back here in the water here, we have looks like they're going to get an escort, make sure they're not interfered with any other people on the waters today. And then back behind us, back on the shore, we have a couple police officers kind of ensuring that everything, you can see their cruisers right there, it's got the lights on, everything's all nice and pretty. They were organizing all the participants, making sure that everything was handled in a nice organized fashion. I believe that we also have some other troopers throughout the course, just kind of be sure that everything's handled safely and there's no interference from anybody else that happens to be out on the waters today.
That's fantastic, and I'm just hearing through my headphones here that we are just seconds away from this race finally undergoing and a chance to win $1.5 million. And it looks like we have a false start participant, and the racers are off.
Alrighty, well, as you can see, we kind of had that false start, but they went ahead and started going. We have one that's far in the lead. It was not the one that had the false start, surprisingly. So it looks like they're kind of spread out a little bit, maybe just to kind of ensure that safety. You can see a shot as they're coming under the chopper as we speak. We got one straggling behind. Maybe he'll be able to catch up in the rapids. So yeah, we have one person. Looks like he may be having some malfunctions with his jet ski. Let's hope that he can get taken care of. But yeah, the racers are off. Everything seems to be going well.
It looks like we're just passing some of those rickety boat docks as well. Do we know who is in first place right there? It looks like we have somebody challenging him for second.
Yes, Scott. Looks like, let's see. Can't get a good visual on the identification of that racer. But yeah, there is someone close in second. We're about to hit the rapids, which is going to make or break this course. That clear open water is just a start, but we have these waterfalls that they're going to have to come over that will really test these racers' skill today. But yeah, we have one mainly in lead, and all the rest are close behind them, so we'll see what happens today.
If we have to interview people, are y'all down to get interviewed?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Looks like we had a couple close calls there.
No, I don't
with
think
the
they're doing
racers
it right
coming
now,
off
but
of
just
them.
in
We have one racer that stands still. We'll see what. Looks like they may be having some issues with their craft.
And how was they performing when they went off that waterfall? I know some of our jet skis were, they said some of the racers that were practicing the course were saying that some of the jet skis were getting waterlogged. Are we looking like any of their jet skis are damaged by that waterfall drop?
Yes, it did look like we had one that was in a complete standstill after that drop. We had a couple close calls with a couple racers where they almost had a jet ski land on top of them. It kind of questions the safety of that part of the course, but it also attributes to some of the most challenging parts of the course, because right now we're about to head into open waters. For now, it's just a matter of just speed and trying to battle those waves as we get into open ocean.
That is exactly right. Do we have any stragglers do you see in William as well? Do we have other people that are having difficulties catching up?
We do have one person that's kind of really far behind. I still believe we had one or two back there that their jet skis quit working. So I believe they might be out of the race. I don't know if they can catch up. But for the most part, we have the biggest group of them. We have two far in lead, and the rest of them are all kind of close together. It's kind of a nice even match of skill here as they're battling these waves in the open ocean.
It looks like we have some other boat enthusiasts that are out on the water as well that are getting a up close and personal look at just some of the power that these jet skis have. We'd like to thank our sponsors today, Yamaha and Yanmar. We only run Japanese jet skis because, well, quite frankly, they're the only ones that run. So we appreciate their sponsorship. Looks like we have some of our police boats out as well. Looks like we're getting close to where Mr. Crimson is set up. Looks like Ace has a bead on one of those racers. Ace, you're live with us. What do you see?
That's right, Scott. Looks like we have our first place person who's in first place right now. He's got a sizable lead. We got second, I want to say about 7 seconds behind him, with third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and the rest of the pack coming. Looks like whoever's in first place right now will have this victory unless he makes a mistake. Looks like it's going to be all on him. It's his race to lose.
That's fantastic. We appreciate your insight, Greg. Let's go ahead and send it back up to Chopper 9 on channel 69 with William Armani. William, what do you got?
Thank you, Scott. So we're heading over the marshlands here, and now this part is another tricky section for the drivers, because where they're going through the water, there's hidden shorelines that can sneak up and really mess with the boats. If one of those jet skis hit a raised patch of mud, they're done for. Just kind of like you see these two jet skis right here. They hit that bank, and it's going to affect those jet skis' performance throughout the rest of the match.
That is exactly right. Looks like we have Mr. Greg Davidson with us again with Trooper Agan, and they are just over the bridge. We'll switch on over to Greg. Greg, what do you got?
Hey, Scott. Scott. Appreciate that. Yeah, I have Trooper Agan with me. They should be pulling in here at some point, Scott. Trooper Agan, how are we doing today? We had a little bit of miscue earlier, but again, we're happy to have you, my man. How's everything going today?
I'm doing just well. How about you, Greg?
You know, it took a little bit of dip earlier. You know, I was firsthand able to test the waters, Scott and Agan, and it's a fantastic day for it, of course.
Oh, what a beautiful day to race.
And if you just want to
Absolutely,
reach out to Thomas Agan and just ask him, you know, why isn't he in the water as well?
Yes, Mr. Thomas Agan, coming from the booth, coming from Scott. Why are you not in the water, sir?
Well, it looks like the spot was taken by some of our best troopers that are, you know, one of our best. They're always out there patrolling the streets at any given time, so I thought, you know, they deserve to be the ones having fun in the water while I stand up here on a bridge with you.
Yes, I mean, you couldn't have better company. Scott, breaking news. I don't know if you can hear.
I hear him, Greg.
Right now,
what can you see?
Look at him go.
They're doing great. Trooper Agan, what do you think? I mean, this guy's got first place in the bag right now.
I mean, it's a great thing to see the community together. I mean, after a long week of these animals fighting each other, they finally came together for a good cause. Try to win some money, you know, compete in something that doesn't involve shooting up half the city. It's a beautiful thing to see.
That is fantastic.
Again, Trooper Agan, thank you for that.
Fantastic. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate your live coverage and your dedication. We're going to go and switch back on over to Mr. William Armani, who's again in our chopper. He's got live coverage of our first place participant. William, what do you got?
Thanks, Scott. Looks like we got a couple stragglers coming in. That big gap, big bunch of them have broken up. We had a couple people that hit land, and I think they're out of the race. But trying to get eyes on this first place participant. Looks like they're just about to cross the finish line. If we can get a camera view on that. They're coming through, and looks like we have a winner.
There it is. Are you confirming we do have a winner? So,
I believe so. And second just came in. Looks like third is about to follow.
And they are coming on in quick.
They are. Let's hope everybody, all the racers, are getting off of their jet skis and onto the shore as soon as they come in, because these guys are coming in hot. We got some of the scragglers coming in. Looks like there's quite a few racers that did not quite make it. Hopefully we'll send some rescue teams out. I'm sure that Arizona State Patrol will be on that, making sure that we get all the racers back in safely today. Looks like we got a boat coming in right now.
And that is perfect. Thank you so much, William Armani. Your devoted coverage today has suited Weazel News quite well, and we appreciate everything that you've done, as well as Pilot Argent. You guys have done a great job today. Let's go ahead and switch on over.
Thank you, Scott.
To our infield reporter,
Turtle Man name is
Ms.
Ronnie.
Gracie Armani. Gracie's looks to be with our winner today. Gracie, what can you tell us?
Well, they came in pretty hot, but it seems that Turtle Man is our winner. Turtle Man, how was it out there?
It kind of got rough in the end because I kind of crashed, but you know I managed to pick it back up and still run into the first place.
All right. Well, congratulations. How's it feel to have all that money?
It's pretty good, to be honest. You know, finally gonna get to be rich and buy a car.
Finally.
Finally.
And now we have our second place winner, Kyle here. Kyle, how was the race?
Nope, Axel second place.
Axel, how was the race?
It was fun.
Oh, crap.
The currents or whatever, those parts were fun. Otherwise, it was kind of boring.
Did you get hurt?
No, I'm completely fine.
That's good to hear. And now our third place winner, Kyle. How was the race? How'd it all go?
Look. I should have won, but hey, Alien Man He's just better, man. He's just better.
It's my natural habitat. What can I say?
Well, that's great for all the sportsmanship that we have here. Congratulations, Turtle Man. You guys are great jet ski athletes, and I think that's all. Thank you guys for participating today.
Gracie, if you can hear me here, are we seeing? Are the rescue squads getting sent out? It looks like what it currently went out with all the jet skis are not coming back in. Do we have a beat on where those racers are?
All right, I'll be asking.
Wait.
Hello, I heard that there was some rescues being sent out, correct?
I did.
There was a few motorists or boaters that fell short. A few of them went up on the bank. One of them stopped. I don't know what happened to one. We just came across the jet ski. We didn't see anybody else.
And we
see anybody with it. But unfortunately, we have to take care of everybody else. We had to continue on. Whenever this is all over, we're gonna go back out and we're gonna try to find the last boater. I believe I saw him up on the shore, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And rescues are being sent out.
Yes,
right
ma'am.
now, correct?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any more questions?
We're all good here. We appreciate your coverage as well, Miss Gracie Armani.
Do we have any more questions?
Do we have questions?
We appreciate everybody tuning in today. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have continued coverage of everything that's going on in the city, and especially the jet ski race that just happened. And we'll continue to ask the most pressing and important questions that we have right here on Weazel News. And we appreciate the word from our sponsor there. We do have Ace Crimson on the line with us today. And he'll be providing us some of our post-game interviews, or post-race interviews, I should say. And Grace, what do you got? Excuse me, Ace, what do you got?
Thank you, Scott. Right now we're here with Lieutenant Florida. We were talking with him shortly after the race. Lieutenant Florida, you said that you thought it was a good day in the county, that you guys only lost a couple of the quote-unquote gangbangers. Do you want to elaborate?
Well, any day is successful when we have minimal violence in the county here. Maricopa County has a very high crime rate, so I think it's a successful day. I mean, if we had a few casualties, it's not the biggest thing to worry about considering our previous history with large events. But
so the loss of human life, it's not that big.
No. It is a big of a deal, but we're previous big events like this, we've had significantly higher levels of loss of life. So we're not calling this a win, but it's proving from our past.
Is there any glee that comes from the department when you see certain individuals go out on these jet skis and get injured?
No, we don't. We don't want to see anyone get injured while having some fun doing these motorsports.
Okay, and do you think that this kind of events that happen out here in Maricopa County is good for the community, or would you rather them stay down in the city?
It's good for the environment up here. I mean, it's gonna have less. We're gonna have less shootings, less robberies. You know, it's gonna have everyone over here trying to have some fun and participate in the events up here. So, I think we'd love to have more events up here. I know a lot of them happen down in the city, so I think it's a good thing. We like them up here.
All right. Thank you very much, Lieutenant Florida. Back to you, Scott.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Crimson, and thank you to the lieutenant that you had over there. Like we said, this was a extremely successful event that happened. As the lieutenant pointed out, we have been dealing with a tremendous amount of crime that has been happening in the city, and so it's always good to have a community bonding moment that brings the community together rather than shooting them and bringing them apart. Just in a minute here, it looks like we have Greg Davidson again with our first place winner. Momentarily, we'll switch on over to him, and it looks like we do have the feed now. And let's switch on over to Greg.
I'm here, Mr. Turtleman. Could you come back, please? Like you to be next to the second place winner, Mr.
This is not the second place winner.
Hey man, I'll take the second place winner. Thank you.
The second place winner is the guy shirtless with the yellow shorts.
Regardless, Mr. Turtle guy, you were talking a big game pre-game, and you did happen to win. Is that correct?
Yep, I did.
Some would say that you're in your natural habitat, and that's considered PEDs and almost illegal that you won this, and you should forfeit your winnings. How do you feel about that?
They never said any rules about, turtles not competing, I came in here and they didn't tell me anything. They
Did you
let me
even
race.
use the jet ski, sir?
To be honest, I kind of didn't, I just put my things, I put my legs in the water.
Scott, are you hearing this in the booth?
Yeah, we are hearing this. We are hearing this, Greg. We're checking with officials now.
Okay, well, keep me posted. I'll make sure to keep him on scene here, Scott, and then I will make sure Mr. O'Neill keeps him here for our own security.
I heard that
as
you
well.
kicked your legs or whatever, bro.
No, I kicked my leg when I was stuck in the sand.
All right, Turtleman, enough with the excuses. You'll stay here. Let me go grab the trooper.
All right, and while Greg is dealing with some of the trauma and drama, that's going on scene here, we'd like to remind everybody that you can always support your local law enforcement, by donating to shop.centrixroleplay.net, as well as supporting all the events that go on here by visiting shop.centrixroleplay.net. One more time, that's shop.centrixroleplay.net. Make sure to donate the highest amount, as we are severely lacking funds. And that looks to be about the end of it. It looks like things are most certainly wrapping up. Might have Gracie Armani with one more shot for us. Looks like she's in the midst of it all. Gracie, we'll go to you with some final words, and we'll wrap this event up.
All right. Send it my way.
Over to you, Gracie.
Can you
Loud
hear me
and clear from the
clear,
booth.
Scott? Well, it seems like this race was a success. You know, everyone was safe. Everything was good. Do you guys think it was a success? Do you guys think it was a success?
Yes, man. We
yeah,
think it
sure.
was a success.
Yes. It was a very good success, yes.
I'm glad to hear. Will you guys be joining any more events?
Of course.
Of course. That's always good to hear.
Wherever he goes, I have to follow him.
That's good to hear. All right, well, thank you everyone for showing up. This is Weazel News, and I appreciate it.
Isn't this a new winner?
Well, we'll leave them to
Tournament
discuss with
winner.
that. As always, we appreciate everybody joining us today. For everybody here at Weazel News, we appreciate it. I'm Scott Gardner. Everybody have a safe and great rest of your night.